Well, it's Aaron here with Disruptors. We're with Chris Burrow. He flew all the way in from Atlanta, Georgia. We'll find out a little bit about it.
I'm Chris Burrow. I'm the owner of MaximumCashHomebuyers.com, and we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia.
So first of all, what do you do in the real estate space?
I started Maximum Cash about 5 years ago.
Okay.
We have transitioned out of wholesaling into fix and flips, wholetails, and novations. The problem I was trying to solve is how do I double my business? So I'm thinking, well, I have to double the amount of deals I'm doing. I have to triple the amount of deals. And it kind of hit me like, why can't I figure out how to double the revenue, double the profit on each deal, or triple or quadruple that? So instead of trying to go from 25 to 50, I stuck with the 25 and tripled the amount of profit. Well, how do we get there? The easy transition was wholesaling into wholetailing. Once that capital was coming in, the next transition was wholetailing. Now let's cherry pick. Let's pick an easy one that we can rehab. And that's still the strategy we use today. Yeah, we just got done with one. I usually stay away from flips that come with a lot of acreage.
Okay.
I don't like things that have like 10, 20 acres. There's just a lot of like speculation, and they're not quite a sure thing. Mm-hmm. But our largest flip to date, our net profit on it broke 150, which was kind of a huge moment for us.
Mm-hmm.
It took a little bit longer. That was about a 4-month flip. We like to be in and out in 90 days.
Oh, wow.
But, it was a house with 4 acres, kind of a more custom renovation.
Mm-hmm. All your flips in Atlanta, or are you?
Everything's within the greater like Atlanta metro area,
Gotcha.
North Georgia.
Gotcha.
We'll drive like up to 2 hours to do stuff. If not, we're gonna, wholesale it or novate it. We can do that pretty much anywhere. Biggest lesson: do not get comfortable. Don't let yourself get complacent. It's so easy. The benefit of success is it's the greatest motivator. So you've got to celebrate those wins. A lot of the times when we celebrate a win, we tend to take a breath. In Leading an Inspired Life, Jim Rohn, he talks about don't take too long of a break. Otherwise, you'll wait too long. You'll lose that momentum. But don't get complacent. And there was a pivotal moment where someone slapped me with some truth and challenged me to step up. And that was one of the pivotal moments in our business and the growth that we've experienced the last 2 or 3 years.
Because I did see that in 2012, you said that you had quit your job, mm-hmm. and your wife had lost her job right after you guys had your daughter.
Right.
So what was your mindset going through that? Like, I can't just believe all that just happened right there.
That's one of the toughest moments of my life. We bought that house in 2009. It was the first house I ever bought. Mm-hmm. It was a foreclosure. We maxed out credit cards to get it. We plan on bringing, our daughter home to that house. We'd set up the nursery. I mean, it was a big deal. And within a period of 1 to 2 weeks, we went from 2 incomes to 0. And that's sometimes life will smack you in the face. Mm-hmm. That was one of those moments. Now looking back, like I never could have imagined that I'd have the opportunity to be in the position we're at right now and buy all the houses, to our heart's content.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd own another house, but I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And so that desperation and the next, year or two of, heartache and just grind and hustle, mm-hmm. To get back on our feet again, taught me a lot of lessons, but also put me in a position where I can relate to a lot of the people that are going through something similar. I don't have to pretend to say, oh, I can imagine how you feel. No, I know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah.
And you might not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't think I was going to either. Mm-hmm. So it helps me. I do feel like it helps kind of relate. Mm-hmm. There's just a little, there's a soft spot there for people that are going through a similar thing. I gained probably 100 pounds after I got married and getting older, getting lazy, and getting complacent. I've always been insecure about that, but I found a lot of like self-worth and value in the business and the money that I was making. So my focus was not on my health. I had started to lose a little bit of weight, but I went to an event called Scale by Cody Hofhine, and I walked in there a little arrogant and smug, and I was really proud that we were doing, $500,000 a year. And I was by myself, so that blows a lot of money. I'm not trashing that at all, but Cody pulled me to the side and was like, man, act like you belong here, right? Like, I know you're successful. I know you're doing a lot, but man, like, just by looking at you, I would not be able to tell that you own a business and that you're successful. Like, dude, you have so much more potential than what you're putting out into the world. And that was the truth that no one else in my life was comfortable enough telling me or challenging me, because I closed myself off to it. And it opened up my mind to an area that was, again, a struggle. I was having great success in real estate, but I was not having great success in my personal life or my health. So it has been a struggle the last 2 years, but made great progress, lost about 75 pounds so far. I've still got 25, 30 to go, but I've taken a lot of steps to get there and make sure I get there.
So my last question for you is, someone that might be where you were in like 2012, where they're maxed out their credit cards and they're looking for this last hope and there might be turning to real estate, what advice would you give them to keep pushing through?
Real estate is the great equalizer. It really is. You do not need money. You really need hustle, and you need a little bit of commitment. It's been a blessing for me, and I cannot stress enough how much opportunity is out there for the people that are willing to get their hands dirty and just jump headfirst into something. And you don't have to understand it all. That's the thing, is like, I didn't know everything when I first started. I didn't have to. All it took was some willingness to jump in and figure it out. A lot of people are too afraid to take that leap, and they never do.
If you guys want to learn more about Chris and his whole journey, make sure you guys check out the podcast.